Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about let statement in KQL, and we will also learn how we can use let statement to make our query more reusable and extensible, and also we'll look at different uses of let statement. Now to get started, we would start with let look back as a look back variable, and then we assign 1 day of time, and for every let statement it should end with a semicolon so that the assignment gets completed. Now just to ensure that we have done the right assignment, we would say print look back and run this. So once it completes the execution, we look at the result, and the result looks like 1 day. Now we will extend this query by commenting the print line and start using sign-in logs where time generated ago, and inside you can see I should be able to type in look back as a variable. It also appears in the IntelliSense. When we do that, next thing, just for the ease of the query, we are going to take the count. And once we do so, basically once we take the count, it comes as 15. Now let us try to assign the sign-in log itself right inside a let statement. So I would say sign-ins, and as mentioned earlier, just to make sure we ingest all the sign-in logs, in let statement we will be ending with a semicolon, and this time we will be using the sign-in logs and count, and run the query again, right? And we should be able to see the count remains same, but we just pass that as a variable inside a let statement. And also when we hover on that, it basically shows us the schema which is being ingested inside, right? Now let us try to extend this little further. So we will change sign-ins to kind of sign-in users. So we will find out who are the users basically who has signed in last 24 hours. So I'd say sign in users, and this time we will add distinct to find out the distinct user principal name who has basically logged in within last 24 hours. And let us try to write sign-ins, and we would summarize count if. So we need to mention count if, and within that user principal name in, and as you know, in takes an array. So I will try to pass sign in users. All right. And this time, because we are summarizing, we'll take out the comment, right? And try to run the query. Now, once the query runs successfully, all right, we should be able to see what are the output which is shown here, right? And what happens is, if we look at from the beginning, we are assigning data like 1 day look back time over let statement, and the next thing what we are doing is we are assigning all the sign-in log table itself within within the sign-in logs based on the defined look back time, which is 1 day. And at the third place, based on the same time frame, we are identifying who have logged in as a user through the distinct user principal name. And finally, based on the data derived in let sign-ins in variable, we are trying to get a count based on the distinct user 24 hours. So basically we are putting conditions to make sure the output condition remains same every time, and as a result also you can see it's 15 again, which is similar. So Now, if we look at, there are different ways to use let statement. We can pass only a single parameter. We can pass a particular full table. We can pass basically a set of columns from a table, which can also act as an array, and we can utilize two variables defined through let statement to interact with each other to give us a singular user.